To resume the thematic unit that we began last week, which is communities and us, we're going to look at an aspect of communities that pertains to service, which actually leads us to our word of the week. It's the word of the week, time for our word of the week. So our word of the week, guys, is altruism, which simply means selfless concern for the well-being of others. So let's say you're walking and there's a homeless person on the ground, and you just happen to have an extra sandwich. So if you give them your sandwich, and because surely they're hungry, and you have selfless concern for the well-being of this homeless person, then that's altruism in action. Or maybe maybe an old person is walking the street, crossing the street with their walker, and they're maybe carrying the groceries, and it's a little rough on them. So if you help them by carrying the groceries across the street, and you have that concern for their well-being, for that person's well-being, then that's altruism. So that's our word of the week, guys, altruism. And see if maybe you can take on the challenge and incorporate that into the write-ups for this week's module, which takes me back to our page for our module. So click this one, a visit from Biblioburro. And to further to further continue on this idea of altruism and service, we're going to look at a really cool video. So this man from Colombia named Luis Soriano, he is so cool. He created a Biblioburro. So for those of you who know Spanish, Biblio is book, right? Or you think of biblioteca, yeah, which means library. Burro is donkey, right? So he made a donkey library, which is so rad because he loads up his donkey library and he goes through this rainforest to get to this remote village in Colombia, to bring books and literacy and the importance of stories to the kids that live in that remote village. And when I first saw this on PBS, I thought it was so beautiful. So now I'm sharing it with you guys. So first watch this and use this to front load. Use this to front load what you're going to talk about, which is your own experience with altruism. Is it important to be a part of something bigger than yourself? Why or why not? And then here I'm actually going to include that you consider too. How does Luis Soriano, how is he part of something bigger than himself? And what difference is he making in the lives of the people who he impacts? So I'm going to include that. Okay, have you ever been a part of something bigger than yourself? Describe the experience. How does contributing to something larger than yourself affect how you view yourself and feel? Example, tutoring siblings, volunteering at a soup kitchen, etc. So in this culture, we have this focus on gratifying ourselves. You turn on the TV, the commercial says, you deserve this brand new Lexus, or you deserve this timeshare in the Bahamas. And it's a very self-centered culture. And honestly, guys, we get to this point where if it's just about you, about me, it's really not fulfilling. It's a never-ending cycle that is empty. And I have the conviction that when you serve others, it's so much more fulfilling. Hence why I designed this this module, this unit. So think about this. When have you contributed to something larger than yourself? Have you coached Have you helped to train someone at the gym? Have you coached a sport? Have you volunteered time to clean up a park or a soup kitchen at a mission to serve the homeless community? Have you tutored a brother or a sister? Explain how have you been part of something larger than yourself? And then how does that affect how you view yourself and feel? So this one, pay attention, guys. It's a write-up, so it means that it's longer than the usual paragraph or so that we do. This one, please write at least 2 double-spaced pages, and please bring in what you saw from the Biblioburro video to front-load this topic of altruism and service to others. Bring it in. Bring in Luis Soriano and what he does, and make those connections to how have you contributed to something larger? And go ahead, guys. Use our word of the week, altruism. I encourage you to. So in addition, guys, you're going to reply to at least one classmate's post. Okay. The next thing also pertains to altruism, and that's Fred Rogers. I don't know if you guys ever saw Mr. Rogers, but if you did, then cool. And if you didn't, then this will be an opportunity to learn more about his legacy and his altruistic work, his altruistic mission. So the first step, guys, is to watch this documentary entitled "Won't You Be My Neighbor?" And it's about Fred Rogers. Excuse me. So this is really easy to find online. You can rent it. From what I saw, it's not too expensive. You can check Redbox. You can check out YouTube. You can rent it. Amazon. So get a hold of this documentary. It's really easy to access. Maybe you could look at Amazon. You can look at YouTube. You can look at iTunes. Just Google it and find this documentary, guys, and watch it. So after you watch the documentary, first off, I recommend that you actually watch it with a notebook in hand and take notes of things that stand out to you while you're watching it, and that will help you to remember what resonated with you for when it comes time to do this write-up. So look, create your own focus to write a reflection about what you took away from watching this documentary. Below are some potential ideas. So here's some potential ideas that pertain to media and communication, others that pertain to inclusion and kindness, behavior and goodness. You can come up with your own focus, talk about what resonated with you and what you took away from this documentary, and maybe how you can make a difference in the lives of others, and think about your own legacy. So I hope this helps, these guiding questions. And have fun with this. It's a really beautiful documentary, and I hope you enjoy both this documentary and a visit from Biblioburro. So these two also have the deadline of this Saturday by 11:59 p.m. So make sure to knock that out and also reply to a classmate's post. And I wish you a happy week, and keep taking baby steps. And I believe in you guys.